dear LinkedIn community, Composites Launch members, JEC World exhibitors and visitors. Now I'm together with Gemma Hardy. She's the Managing Director, owner of Fluency Business Group. And we are going to talk about the UK market. Do we need events or do we need networking, community? Do we need innovation to be driven? And Gemma has some fantastic new ideas how she wants to drive the story. And yeah, Gemma, how is it going so far?
We're here at the end of JEC World, JEC World, and it's been busy, right? It's
Absolutely.
been busy. We've had lots of conversations. So obviously with the launch of the Women in the Composites Industry Europe, we were involved in a lot of the launches, the drinks reception here on the ICS Innovation Hub. We had 16 customers on the show floor this year, so it's been pretty busy. It's been pretty busy, but innovation is real, innovation is happening. You know, you kind of think, oh, you know, are we getting stagnant? Is there much happening? Every single customer that I've spoken to has been so excited about what's still to come, about what composites can make happen, and that's amazing.
And that's also what I really picked up on the show floor, very positive outlook. There had been a market report launched yesterday that Europe has a bit drop of production output, but in general the people are very focused now on innovation, on specializing in niche markets.
Do you know what I think?
Yes.
I think people like to report negative.
Yes.
But you have to walk through the doors here. And people laugh at me because I say JEC World is Christmas, right? This is my Christmas.
Yes.
You walk through the doors here and all you see is innovation. All you see is new manufacturing processes, new materials, new products being built, new opportunity. Let's stop being negative. Let's start being positive and let's really shout about what we're achieving.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you had this Women in Composites reception here. Thank you so much that you support this Women in Composites. Obviously, you are also a female leader, so it makes sense that you support that. And it's not always just the output. It's also, you know, how you gather the community together, get the diversity in. And with that comes innovation. Yeah? Yes. Let's talk about innovation. What is your idea on innovation?
My idea, what is
my
idea?
For 2026.
My idea on innovation for 2026 is that we just need to keep innovating. We need to keep talking. So the most important thing, and I think it's pretty clear when you come in here, I was part of the Women in Composites Industry mentoring session earlier, and I said to everyone, just listen. You listen to this hall and you don't hear machines, you hear people talking, because that's the biggest thing happening here. There is business taking place on the floor, there's networking, there's opportunity. We are all talking to each other, growing ideas, creating the innovation of our industry. Yeah,
your home base obviously the UK.
Yes.
And let's drive straight into it. Last year's edition, ICS 2025. Now it's a couple of months over. What is your conclusion about the last year's edition?
Obviously, I'm going to be very positive because it was my event and I invested a lot into that event. But the truth is, I've heard nothing but positive. And the nice thing is that I've heard nothing but positive from people around the globe, you know? So, you know, I spoke to Marcy just yesterday and she said to me, that event's going to be very important. And that was from somebody that is based out of the US. You know, that's important. And she wasn't the only one. You know, we've literally had people come up to us the whole time saying, you know, are you definitely running it again? Can we, you know, will it be the same format? Can we, you know, will we still have all the really good content that you put on? You know, it will. You know, we're going to keep growing that event. We're going to keep making sure it's important, and we're going to keep making sure that kind of innovation from the UK gets its place here. ICS is never ever going to replace anything like this, and we don't want to. You know, to me, if you want your place on the European marketplace, this is the place to come. You know, we have CAMEX in America. We have the Advanced Engineering Show in the UK. We're not competing. We don't need to compete. What we need to do is we need to get people talking about innovation. We need people talking about what the next hot topics are. We need people making our industry grow, passionate about our industry. We then need those people, and we need to take them places like this where we can help springboard them onto the show floor, hopefully, you know, and grow the show, grow the network, grow the conversation.
So you can do this in various ways. that will have perhaps an influence on your conference program.
Absolutely.
The new way. Yeah. So you probably have already a lineup of speakers, of panel discussions, of topics, and that will create your story, right?
Yes. And look, I went out last year wanting to provoke. I didn't want to just put the same people on, I wanted to provoke. In addition, I wanted speakers that came from around the globe that had a story to tell that we could all learn from. That can't stop there.
Okay.
So what we did last year, we have to go bigger and better this year.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm looking very much forward to it, right? It's the 1st and 2nd of December, if I remember right. Again,
and you're going to come and do another, are you going to come and do another session for us?
Provided it is a juicy topic.
I
love it.
We will get a juicy topic. We'll get a juicy topic.
By the way, yesterday we had a nice juicy topic.
Okay.
Katie was there, Hannah was there.
Yes.
So we talked about the sales and marketing function, and that was a top one. That will be shaking up definitely sales and marketing.
I like that.
Be prepared.
I like that.
So if we have a topic like that, yes, why not?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Wembley, great place. Just shortly before Christmas, like this same setup.
Yep.
Bond Street, that was your...
Did you go shopping?
No, I stayed in Wembley, but
Okay.
I did shop in Wembley, indeed. Yeah.
Okay, good.
There were some nice sporting...
The outlet place.
Yeah, outlet places, that I used a lot. People can sign up already for their pods and...
Yeah, and I really want to hear,
tickets?
I want to hear from people that have got something to talk about as well at the moment. Are you interested in coming along, telling us about your innovations? Have you got something that you think we should invite people to? You're talking to me about hot topics. I'm saying let's be provocative. You're saying juicy.
Yes.
Send me a little email and tell me what you want to hear about.
Exactly.
We don't have to put your name to it, but we'll go out and get those people talking.
Absolutely. You have an open slots still?
Yes.
That can be filled with fresh new ideas.
As long as it's good. I don't want the same people again. Let's go with good topics.
New ways.
Yeah.
So you can sign up. You can ask for your booth. We are seeing here the Innovation Hub at JEC World. You will have this Innovation Hub also at CAMEX, I understand?
Yes, we'll be there at CAMEX.
And obviously at ICS. Any else where you're planning this year?
Advanced engineering.
Yes.
And a few people have talked to us about taking it to a few of the end sector events as well. So, if we're not...
Say that again, what sector?
End sector events. So maybe like METS, maybe one of the
end
aerospace.
users. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So if we don't do it already, come and talk to me, because my passion is making the composites industry grow, and I can only do that if people are honest with me and tell me.
And end user makes total sense. Go into the verticals like aerospace, automotive, boating industry is a very good one.
Yeah.
But
I would say about CAMEX, if you are interested in CAMEX, come and talk to us soon, because
selling
I think,
fast.
Yeah,
okay.
we've done good sales on CAMEX at this show.
Good. Glad to hear that. Okay, Gemma, that was it for this year's JEC World edition. Now looking forward to see you then at Advanced Engineering next time.
I can't believe Christmas is over.
Yeah, Christmas is over.
Until JEC next year.
Me as a Muslim, I'm saying it's a pilgrimage.
A pilgrimage.
And right now we have Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
And with that said, I would say have a safe trip back to the UK. We will go back hopefully tomorrow to Germany.
Yes.
Germany, unfortunately, they are on strike. So we will see whether
Good luck in getting home.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
İlkay Özkisaoglu today at the drum in Wembley, London, creating sustainable value with Composites Launch. The future of composites is no longer coming. It's already here at the drum, Wembley, London, a stage built for breakthroughs. December 2026 in London. 250 plus global leaders and decision makers. Big ideas and real talk. Innovation, collaboration, transformation. This is where change begins. From aerospace to automotive, marine to energy, every sector, every solution. Engineers, designers, manufacturers and researchers. OEMs, Tier 1 suppliers and industry leaders, all under one roof. The Composites Launch is in the house, engaging the voices during the Composites 360 on tour. Free to attend, impossible to miss. ICS 2026, where the industry connects, collaborates and accelerates.
İlkay Özkisaoglu, creating sustainable value with Composites 360 on tour at the International Composites Summit. Now available on LinkedIn, YouTube, and your preferred audio podcast app.